Good evening, colleagues, and welcome to the end of week 2 of our course, Collaboration Teams and Communities in Learning. It's been another great week of online participation and engagement, and I've prepared this short video again to reflect on this week's learning and to orient us to our next 5 days together, both online and in our final day on Friday. Chapter 3 of our textbook focused on facilitation, and I wanted to share just some of the themes that I observed in watching the community this week. So motivation was one of the sub-themes, as well as diversity. But overall, I think for me, I saw the importance of feedback as a major theme in terms of our facilitation, and that's feedback for both the learner, but also for instructors. So how does that emerge? Well, certainly observation and action based on what we've observed. Social presence and establishing that presence so that we can elicit that feedback from our learners. Adaptability, ongoing professional development, and also looking for cues. And what are those cues in the in-class versus online environment, and how do we act on those cues? Chapter 4 of our text looked at direct instruction, and the overwhelming majority of our posts focus on this idea of direct instruction as being a balancing act. So how much or how little should we provide for our learners? And what I pulled out from that conversation is it's absolutely situational, and it's going to vary depending on our learners, as well as our own experience with the subject matter. Flexibility, listening are important skills to employ when determining how much direct instruction is necessary. But I think too, it's all about establishing guidelines, establishing your social presence, but making sure that we're not stifling our learners' creativity when establishing those items. So we do have a short week this week, but there are 2 chapters to cover. The first is assessment and how it relates to the blended learning community. And the other topic is technology, which is extremely important when we're having these conversations. So as it is a short week, you're responsible for just one post on either of these topics and then to respond to 2 of your colleagues. So I'm sure you can feel it. We are in the home stretch of the course and lots of great work being done on your projects. As you near the end of your project and your deliverable is getting close to finished, just make sure that you are checking in with the rubric, making sure you're hitting all of those points so that you can be as successful as possible when presenting on Friday. So we have lots of activity going on this week, your online discussions, finalizing your project, but I also want to turn your attention to your reflected paper. So that is going to be due on Friday, but as I said in class, there is some flexibility around that deadline. If you haven't already, maybe jot down some of your key observations, the themes that you'd like to focus on in your reflected paper. So that is it. Have a great Sunday night. I look forward to seeing all of your work over the next few days, but more than that, I'm excited to see you all again on Friday at Western Continuing Studies.